Hey, good morning everyone. This is RJ Rivera and this is the R Jumpstart Experience coming to you live. It's 1:14 in the morning. I know that I haven't done the live broadcast in like a week, all right? Yes, it's been a week. The last time that I did the broadcast was exactly Monday around this time of the night, right? So it's like Sunday night going Monday morning. So that's where I usually that's when I actually did the last live broadcast, and some people are already asking why I haven't done or I haven't been doing the live broadcast in a while. Um, it's been a very hectic week, I would say. Before we move forward, just want to greet some of the live viewers. Hey KG, thank you for watching. Hey Pat, thank you for watching. It's been a very hectic week, I would say, in the office, the travel time and all, some adjustments that needs to be done along the way, an office event that needs to be prepared for. That event was yesterday. A lot of new things going on. So I know it's not an excuse, all right, and I keep on saying that I have this commitment to do the live broadcast on a daily basis, and it's just been challenging, but this is again another return or comeback episode. So I just wanted to make sure that I start all over again. I know that I mentioned in one of the previous live broadcasts that how would I put it? Making it up is really impossible because you cannot make up for something that's already gone, that's already done, because you can never go back to the same time, to the same place, to the same exact moment wherein you would wanted or you would have wanted to do something, but you failed to do so. But you have the chance to be able to make things better. You have the chance to be able to improve. You have the chance to be able to how would I put it? um you have the chance to be able to how would I put it? Making it better, do things right. You know what I mean, okay? Just give me 1 second here. Alright, I'm just trying to look into the functionality of this stuff. Alright, so alright, so we have some other live viewers here. Hey Jay, thank you for watching. Alright, so so today I want to talk about okay, so in relation to what happened last week, right? So in relation to that, I want to how would I put it? I want to talk about I want to talk about how to overcome that sense of overwhelm. Okay, how do you overcome that? How do you get to a point wherein, hey Nino, thank you for watching. Hello, hello, hello. How do you get to a point wherein you will be able to survive and eventually thrive? All right, so in a situation that's very overwhelming, in a situation that is actually wherein you'll really feel down, in a situation that um in a situation wherein you because of so many moving pieces you don't even know where to start anymore. Hey, hey MJ, thank you for watching. Hello, hello, hello. Hey Nins, again, thank you for watching. So we have a lot of broad live viewers here. Okay, so how do you go about that? All right, how do you deal with a lot of things that's actually pulling for your attention, right? How do you go about that? That can be very very difficult, to be honest. Just give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, because of me experimenting on the different features here. All right, because of my experimentation, the broadcast actually got interrupted. I'm so sorry, everyone. Okay, so anyway, all right. So how do you go about that? There are many different ways of there are many different ways of overcoming that sense of overwhelm. Okay, that can sound redundant, but yeah, sure. There are many different ways of how do I put it, overcoming that sense of burnout or stress or whatever. I have to admit the past week has been very tiring for me. Like I said, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of different things coming into play. So that could be that was very challenging for me. Um, how do I go about that? Or at least, how do I go about? Okay, sorry again. I keep on pressing the I keep on pressing some buttons here. Okay, so hi Sheena. Thank you for watching. One of the first viewers of the live broadcast. Hey Sheena. Hey Rhea. Thank you for watching. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So going back now. All right. So how do I? So for me personally, how do I overcome that sense of stress, that sense of overwhelm? What I follow, I still follow, I go back to my instincts. All right, I go back to what actually works for me, or what really works for me, or what worked for me in the past, what my strengths are. I go back to what is natural to me. um it's very difficult, that it's already a difficult situation we're in. um you are already dealing with something new, you're already dealing with something that's very overwhelming, you're already dealing with something that's challenging, and then you have to learn a new thing again just to make sure that you solve just a specific problem. That is challenging, all right? And that is the last thing that you would need, because learning something new, all right, learning something new is it's not easy, especially if you are going to be if you are going to solve an immediate problem. Okay, so I'm not saying that you should not learn something new. Okay, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you need to be able to deal with some things like right away. So you need to make sure that you need to make sure that you need to make sure that you do the basics first. All right, that's why I was saying that I go back to my instincts. And what is exactly my instinct, at least my personal instinct. What are my strengths? All right, so usually how I deal with the problem is, I deal with it piece by piece, I deal with it little by little. I deal with it with small chunks. Okay. um they always say that the only way to finish to fit or the only way for you to be able to eat a very very big chunk of cake is to take one bite at a time. All right, there's no way that you can um put the entire cake inside your mouth and hopefully it goes down to your throat, to your stomach, right? That's not humanly possible. And even in the cartoons, that looks really really awful and really looks stupid. All right, so the only way for you to be able to eat something out of a big chunk is to take a small bites of it. All right, because if you start out with something big, all right, you may be able to solve something, but you won't be able to build that momentum. You and once you, and if you don't build momentum, that's where frustration starts to sink in or starts to kick in. And that's the thing that you need there. You need to be able to build momentum. You need a momentum in a way that you have this sort of winning streak. You have this sort of streak wherein you are able to make things successful, even in very very small ways. That's why I always go back to my instincts. All right, I always go back to where I am good at. I always go back to my strengths. Hey Leo, thank you for watching. I always go back to what I already know. And usually from a work perspective, what I already know means me talking to people, me interacting with people, me listening to people. That's my instinct, and that's where I started fixing whatever challenges that I have. The same thing actually is needed. All right, the same thing is needed whenever you are. How would I put it? The same thing is needed whenever you need to um solve other problems. Let's say relationship problems. Okay, let's say your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, or whatnot. All right, you always go back to your instinct. um Start out with something small. If you think that giving gifts worked in the past, then go ahead and do so. If it's within your nature, go ahead and do that. Or let's say if you being how do they put it in millennial terms nowadays, clingy, right? I think that's the term, right? If you being sweet and clingy towards your partner actually works, then go ahead and do that. If it's something that you really do, the last thing that you would want is to try something else and it gets you frustrated because you're being rejected by the person that you love, right? So that's the last thing that you would want to do. Just start out with something small. Start out with something that's already working for you or worked for you in the past. Okay, the last thing that you would want again is to try something new and it doesn't work and gives you more problems, right? the same thing with the same thing with business. Okay, if you have like a small business, you know the story of my e-loading business. A lot of you know that, where it was actually booming, it went sort of bankrupt, and now I'm actually back. I tried out some other businesses, but for me to be able to get momentum, I still went back to the e-loading business because that's something I already know. And that's a safe ground for me. I'm able to experiment on things without harming myself or the business, right? So what am I trying to say here? Okay, I what am I trying to say here? You always go back to something that really works for you. You always go back to something that you already know. You always go back to something that's actually your strength. Hey, Ate Tay, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for watching. Welcome aboard. All right, so you always go back to that. The last thing that you would want to do is do something that you're not familiar with, experiment on it, and make the risks even higher. All right, that's the last thing that you would want. And if you do that, your losses might pile up even more. Okay, and again, this is not a free pass for everyone not to learn. All right, I'm a big advocate of learning. That's always been my bread and butter. Learning. All right, I always believe that learning is like the foundation of everything. You cannot do something that you do not know. But if you are in a situation, all right, if you are in a situation already that requires your immediate action, the last thing that you would want is go through the learning process. You need to be able to do something for you to be able to build momentum, right? Again, um go back to your instinct, go back to your strengths, because they already worked for you in the past. Obviously you need to make some adjustments here and there, but but it will your strengths will never abandon you, that's for sure. So I really hope that you got out of this live broadcast. If you like this video, please go ahead and click on the like button right below, and please click on the share button so you can share it to your friends and your loved ones. So once again, my name is RJ Rivera, and this is the R Jumpstart Experience coming to you live. Thank you, have a good day.